I never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated.
Hey guys, this is Rohit from Rohit Vlog, and today I'll be sharing you some information about how to book an government authorized accommodation for 3 days in just 400 Canadian dollar or even lesser with Life Pro. So before starting the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel to get more useful updates. And one thing more guys, that please do not skip the video as it is very short and fully informative video, and at the end of this video you will get the clarity that what you have to do and how you will do it. So let's jump into the slides. In this video I will discuss about the documents which is required to present to the verification officer, what to do exactly after reaching airport in Canada, it can be any airport, and the details which is required to book a hotel which is approved by government for 3 days stopover. In the charges you have to pay apart from room, and the most frequently asked question is that in how much day in advance we can book a hotel for our initial 3 days quarantine. The most common mistake which we should avoid while booking for a government authorized accommodation, and last but not the least, live proof of cheap room booking at any hotel as per your requirement. Let's talk about the documents which is required to present at airport. The very first document which is required to present to airport authority is a proof of negative COVID-19 report, and it should be molecular test, not antigen on any other test, as any other test is not acceptable. Then you have to show a proof that you have a reservation in government authorized accommodation for 3 days. And here is the tips for you guys that you can book a molecular test in advance in Canadian airport to save your precious time. Let's talk about what you have to do after reaching to Canada. The very first thing which you have to do is to go for a molecular test, and after that you have to show a proof of reservation of a hotel for 3 days. And if you have not booked it in advance, then you may face fine up to 3,000 Canadian dollar, or if you can't afford to go for a paid quarantine, then you can talk to the quarantine officer regarding your financial condition. However, I never suggest you to do this as it may negatively affect your visa. Let's talk about the details which is required to book a government authorized accommodation. The very first thing is that your name, date of birth, gender, and the arriving city in which you are going to, and the date of arrival, and your payment mode. And if you want any special arrangement, then you can specify in your booking. Moreover, if you are having any pet, then don't forget to check that either that hotel is pet friendly or not, and your email address. Let's talk about what you have to pay for apart from your accommodation. You have to pay for 3 times food a day, and for the security, moreover transportation and hygiene service for your room. Let's talk about the most frequently asked question, that is in how much days in advance we can book a room, and the answer to this is 14 days in advance to your arrival in Canada. Suppose you are reaching in Canada on 16th of May, then you are allowed to book on 2nd of May, not prior to this. And the most important point which you should keep in mind while booking for a hotel for 3 days quarantine, that it should be a government authorized accommodation, and you must submit the correct information as per your passport and study visa. And lastly, book a hotel very carefully as it is non-refundable. I have seen lots of questions regarding this on internet, that if someone receive their molecular test result in 1 day, then they can go for refund and they can leave the room, and then they can go for their refund or they can leave their room. And the answer to this is simply no. You are not supposed to leave the room till 3 days. Moreover, it is a prepaid hotel, so you have already paid the amount which is non-refundable, so it is better to stay for all 3 days. So finally, let's talk about the most important part of this video, that how we can reduce the cost of 3 days isolation up to 500 Canadian dollar or even lesser. So the first thing is that you have to go to the canada.ca website, or you can directly search list of government authorized hotel in Canada. So here we go. This is the first link which you have to open. Then you can see all the details about, then here you can see all the details regarding 3 days mandatory quarantine. So here you have to select your provinces, in which province you are going for. Like suppose I'm going to Ontario, then I will click on this, and then there are lots of hotels which is authorized by the Canadian government. So I will click on the very first link, that is Alt Hotel. After clicking on that, it will redirect me to their website. In this website, they have clearly mentioned that this is a non-refundable offer. So in this, they will give you an ultra comfortable room for 3 nights, 3 meals a day, and the transportation from airport and Wi-Fi access. So they have said that 339 Canadian dollar per night for single occupancy and 399 for double occupancy. But the main thing is that when we click on book, here you can see that they have given me a form to fill, and in which they have said that I can book a room up to 4 guests, which should be 13 years or more. So after I click in this, and I don't have any code, so I will update the guest and room. So here they have updated. Now let's book for 18th of April to 21st of April. Then I will confirm the date. So here we go. Here you can see that we have to pay 559 Canadian dollars for 1 night. So 4 people can stay in 1 room. 2 queen size bed we will get in our room, and its measurement. So after clicking on this, they will calculate the whole amount with taxes as well. So it is 1677 Canadian dollar. So here I have to fill all the information, and then my card details, and the payment is this 1970.81 cent Canadian dollar. So let's divide it by 4. $1970 divided by 4. So here you can see that you have to pay only 492 Canadian dollar for your 3-day stay. So in this way you can minimize the cost of quarantine. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you find my video helpful, then please do subscribe. It will motivate me to make such more informative video.